Welcome back to the Runpreneur vlog, and today we're going to be talking about how to be disciplined to be effective. Okay, so the Runpreneur vlog is part of the Runpreneur challenge, which is our mission to save the lives of children by raising a staggering £1 million for 6 amazing children's charities, which between them cover the whole spectrum of issues affecting children on a global scale. And we're going to do this by embarking upon an epic fundraising running challenge of run vlogging on consecutive days the distance of 1 lap around the world. So to put it in perspective, it is a 12-year challenge of consecutive daily running whilst vlogging a minimum of 5 kilometres every single day. I even do it barefoot style. It is 40,075 kilometres, just shy of 25,000 miles. In terms of number of consecutive days, it's somewhere in the region of 4,292 days of consecutive daily running. So if you want to find out how you can support this crazy challenge, please check out the links in my bios or go to the website challenge.runpreneur.co. Let's get started. So this is a question, how to be disciplined to be effective, that was from one of the Runpreneur community members. So an interesting question, but I think it's a relatively straightforward answer for me. Now, I like to think that I'm relatively well qualified to answer this question, because when we talk about being effective, it's what's the definition of being effective? Well, for me, the definition of being effective is achieving our goals or milestones. Okay, what do we set out to achieve? Have we achieved it? That is being effective in my world. I don't know if it's a different interpretation to you, but that's how I'm interpreting this question. So the real question is how do you be disciplined enough to achieve your goals or milestones? How do you do the things you need to do on a daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly basis to achieve your goals and milestones? That's how I've interpreted this question, just for full transparency. So first and foremost, let's start with the goals. Okay, this is where so many people fail, is they don't have a clear enough goal or milestone. Now, I don't work with goals, I always call them milestones, because when I achieve a milestone, I then set the next one. Okay, I may have a loose idea of what the next milestone is going to be, but I set milestones. I don't like the idea of this overarching goal because it's too final. And a prime example as a runner is people train to run a marathon. It's on their bucket list, they want to run a marathon. Okay, so they have a marathon that they enter, whether it's London Marathon or whatever marathon. Okay, and they train, they discipline to do the things they need to do to be fit enough to run that marathon. And then they run it, and they achieve that massive goal. And then it's a massive anticlimax. Not for the moment is pure euphoria. But as soon as the day after the marathon, it's like, oh, I don't want to run anymore. I've not got nothing else to aim for. This is why I never consider a milestone a goal. It's a milestone. I reach that milestone, and I'm looking in the distance to the next milestone and the next one. But the point to the matter here is you need to have a target to aim for. Okay, so that's just a little bit of going off on a tangent there in terms of goal setting, or milestone setting, as I like to say, call it. So first and foremost, you need to be very, very clear. It needs to be tangible. You need to visualise what it looks like. It needs to be really clear and concise. It can't just be, oh, I want 10 grand a month. Okay, it's a tangible example and a goal, but money isn't a strong enough need. Okay, you might want that money, but generally speaking, you want 10 grand a month because you want to go on your holidays, or you want to buy something expensive, or you want to have a lifestyle that equals X, Y, Z to you. Okay, so you need to really go deep in what you actually want, and you have to visualize it. So I know very, very clearly, like a couple of my milestones, for example. Okay, so I'm embarking upon this running challenge. My milestones are based on duration of running, money that I've raised for the children's charities following. So I've got all these set milestones, but I'm achieving them, and then looking at the next one, and the next one, and the next one. Okay, if I look at my current lifestyle, I've pretty much, my original milestone was to take my kids on, and my family, to go on a nice holidays a year. It doesn't have to be amazing. One really nice one, and then one kind of a nice-ish winter break, and then a couple of long weekends away. Nothing hugely lavish. And also to get the house extension complete and the house finished, because we bought a bit of a wreck a few years ago that was always a potential purchase that we wanted to develop, and we're now doing that at the moment. So I'm closely approaching that milestone. Okay, we can afford to go on our holidays that we want to. The businesses are performing well enough to allow us to do that, and we're working on the house. Now, once I get there, I'll be planning the next milestone. The next milestone will be, because I'm putting money away, investments for the children's legacy, etc. It will then be looking at more investments and net worth, asset growing ambitions, which ultimately are going to support my children and my children's children, and hopefully their children's children's children in the future, because that's what my ultimate value is. But although I'm fairly, it's quite hazy what that next milestone looks like, I'm very, very clear with what the existing milestone that I'm aiming for looks like. I see the house. I know what the house looks like when it's done. I know what the holidays are like. I know how much money we need for those holidays. I know what budgets I need to set. So I'm very, very clear and visual about that. So if you get this right, it makes being disciplined to do the things you need to do every day to achieve them far more manageable, far more realistic. If you set yourself a goal, I want £1 billion in my bank account by next year, okay, it's probably an unrealistic goal for 99.9999999% of people. That would be an unrealistic goal or milestone. And even though you might have some ideas and strategies now to do it, it'll become pretty demotivating when you're miles away from achieving that, and it looks like you're never going to achieve it. Not for everybody, but for the vast majority of people, they're never ever going to achieve billionaire status. Okay, that's just a fact of reality. So by saying something unrealistic, staying disciplined to do those things and not getting the reward or the feedback that you're moving towards your goal and ambition isn't going to work. So that's my answer to this question. In order to stay disciplined, you need to have really visual goals that you can see, that you can taste, that are tangible. And then you need to understand what are the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly disciplines you need to be doing, or tasks, to get you there. And if that goal is set realistically, and it's reachable, it's attainable, smart focus, isn't it? It's a specific, measurable, attainable, realistic time, timeline, or whatever. I can't remember the exact details, but follow that principle when you're setting a goal. And then you're doing the daily disciplines right, weekly, monthly, quarterly, you will move towards that milestone. The progress will be motivating and enlightening for you to continue going, and that's how you reinforce the daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly disciplines to achieve your goals and milestones. So I hope that helps. Hopefully I've kind of explained my interpretation of the question. I've explained how I go about doing this, and hopefully there's enough information in this episode to inspire you to do the same, because this stuff really works. And I'm pretty well versed in the art of discipline, being on my 437th consecutive day running. I'm over 10% of the way there now on my journey of consecutive running the distance of one lap around the world to raise £1 million for charity. So it takes quite a lot of discipline to do that, but I know and I can visualise what I'm doing this for, the children's lives I'm saving, the charities and the amazing work they do. I can visualise all this. I feel purposeful, I feel passionate about it, which gives me the motivation to keep going. Hope that helps. If you have any questions, drop me a comment. I'll respond to everyone. Remember, this Runpreneur vlog episode is part of the Runpreneur challenge, which is our mission to save the lives of children by raising £1 million for 6 phenomenal charities, which between them cover the whole spectrum of issues affecting children on a global scale. I have to run, vlog and connect today to the distance of one lap around the world. So if you want to find out how to support it, go to the links in my bios or go to the website challenge.runpreneur.co. It is just .co. There's no .co.uk or .com. It's challenge.runpreneur.co. And Runpreneur is spelled Runpreneur. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you tomorrow.